Long ago, in a quiet village, there lived a young woman named Grace. She was gentle, full of dreams, and known for her quiet beauty. But one day, her life fell apart. Grace sat crying under a big mango tree, feeling scared and ashamed. She was alone and pregnant. Her family had thrown her out when they found out. The man who made her pregnant had disappeared. She had no food, no home, and no one to help her. As the sun went down and the sky turned orange, Grace went into labor. She cried into the night. No one answered. She clenched her fists and bit her lips to bear the pain. Under that tree, without a midwife, without water, without anyone to help, Grace gave birth to a baby girl. The baby cried loudly, a strong, clear cry that seems to send a message to the world. Her eyes widened. The child is not ordinary. She is special, Grace whispered. But fear came back. What can I give her? No food, no home, no life. With shaking hands, she wrapped the baby in a thin cloth, kissed her forehead, and placed her in a small basket. "Forgive me, my baby. Forgive me," she whispered with tears. She walked to a quiet place near a gutter, not far from a small house. She left the basket there and hid behind a bush. Her heart beat fast. Moments later, an old woman, Mama Dora, came out with a small bin. She stopped suddenly when she heard a cry. She saw the basket. "What is this? A baby?" she shouted. Shocked, she bent down and gently touched the baby. Who would leave such a beautiful child? Mama Dora took the baby inside. She lived alone. Her children were grown, and her house was quiet. But that night, something changed. The wind felt warmer. She slept peacefully. The next morning, she looked at the child again. "I will name you Hope," she said, "because you came into my life when I had no more strength to hope." Hope grew like a flower in the rainy season. She was cheerful, helpful, and respectful. Mama Dora loved her like her own daughter. Hope helped Mama Dora make soap and clay pots. They sold them by the roadside. People always came to buy from them. Hope often asked, "Mama Dora, who are my parents? Where did I come from?" Mama Dora would only say, "You are a gift. God sent you to me." Many years later, Hope became successful. A traveler who had once bought clay pots from her returned and helped her start a big business. Her honesty and wisdom made her stand out. Soon, she became one of the wealthiest women in the land. She built a mansion near her old village and also built a new house for Mama Dora. But she never forgot her humble beginnings. One afternoon, as Hope stepped out of her mansion, a frail, tired woman sat at her gate. "Please help me, my daughter," the woman begged. Her voice was low, her eyes sucking. "Just a little food, just a little food." Hope looked at her. Something about her face made her heart tremble. But she frowned slightly and walked past. That night, she couldn't sleep. Why couldn't I look away from her face? Why do I feel like I've seen her before? She asked herself. The next morning, she told her servants, "Bring that woman inside. Give her water to bathe. Give her clean clothes and food." The woman, now cleaner, sat quietly in the guest room. Hope came in and sat across from her. "What is your name, Mama? She asked. My name is Grace. The woman said, looking down. Hope blinked. That name, she had heard it before, but where? Later in the evening, she went to Mama Dora. Mama Dora, you never told me anything about where I was found, but I need to know. I feel something in my spirit. Please tell me. Mama Dora sighed deeply. Hope, you were found beside a gutter. I was going to throw away my refuse that night. I heard a cry. I saw a basket. You were inside. You had a cloth wrapped around you. That is all I know. Was there anything strange about me? Yes, a mark. A birthmark shaped like a star on your back. I always wonder what it meant. Hope went quiet. She remembered the nurse in the hospital who had once told her during a checkup, you have a very rare star-shaped mark. Her heart beat faster. She left Mama Dora's house and returned to her mansion. She walked into the guest room and looked at Mama Grace again. Hope sat down quietly. Mama Grace, you said your name is Grace. Yes. I came from a good home, strict parents. One day, I made a mistake. I got pregnant. My parents threw me out. I gave birth alone under a mango tree. I had no food, no help. I was afraid. I left the baby by a gutter near a house. I was afraid. I didn't go far. I watched from a distance. I saw an old woman carry her. I didn't know what happened after that. I never married. I suffered. I regretted every day. Had I known what that child would have become, I would have died keeping her. Hope was shaking, her eyes wide. Do you remember anything else about the baby? Yes, Mama Grace said. She had a birthmark, a star-shaped mark on her back. I saw it the moment she was born. I will never forget. Hope slowly stood up. She turned her back and lowered her dress just slightly. The star-shaped birthmark was there. Mama Grace screamed, "Ah, my God! It is you, my baby!" She fell to her knees. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I don't know. I never meant to hurt you. Hope, filled with tears, took a step back. She couldn't speak. She walked out of the room and went straight to Mama Dora. Mama, she's my real mother. I know it now. She described everything, even the mark. Mama Dora hugged her. God has a way of revealing truth in His own time. Days passed. Hope didn't speak to Mama Grace. Her heart was heavy. She was confused. One day, Mama Grace came into the courtyard quietly. I don't deserve your love. I only want your forgiveness. Even if you never speak to me again, I will die in peace, knowing you are safe. Hope stood still. Why didn't you look for me? She asked, voice shaking. I tried, but I had no idea where you went. I lived in shame. Every day I saw your age made me cry. Hope walked over. She held her hand. You made a mistake, but you gave me life, and your pain taught me compassion. I forgive you. They hugged tightly. From that day, Mama Grace lived in the mansion, not as a beggar, but as a mother restored. As they rode in a car, Hope held Mama Grace's hand gently. "Mama Dora, you are the woman who raised me. She's my mother by birth." Hope said. Mama Dora saw the house and gasped. Hope had built a house for Mama Dora 2 years ago. Hope explained everything. Grace left her as a baby, how Mama Dora raised her, and how destiny brought them together. From that day, Mama Grace and Mama Dora became mothers. Hope insisted on having 2 seats at every event, one for each mother. At a grand event, Hope stood at the podium. "I am here because of 2 women. One gave me life, the other gave me reasons to live. This honor belongs to both of them." The crowd clapped as Mama Dora and Mama Grace wiped their tears. One evening, Hope walked with the 2 women through the rose garden. Mama Dora said, "Hope, do you remember what I used to call you when you were little?" Hope chuckled. "A child of sunshine." Mama Grace smiled. "That is exactly what she is. If I had kept her, she would still be special, but thank God for mercy." Hope held their hands. Everything happened for a reason. Kindness is always rewarded. What you give comes back in ways you don't expect. Truth always comes out. Secrets will be revealed in time. Destiny cannot be stopped. Even the rejected can rise. Every child is a blessing.